Have you ever had that feeling where like your clothes are just um, not quite,
Not cutting it.
yeah, not cutting it?
Yeah.
Like imagine being a giant who can't find anything to wear
Oh, wow.
at all. Welcome to Iranian Things, episode 65, where we delve deep into the fascinating world of uh, Iranian folklore, mythology, and all things.
Cryptozoological.
I'm Q Mars.
And I'm Tan Naz, ready to unpack another intriguing tale. Today, we are journeying to
Zanjan.
Zanjan in central Iran to explore the legend of Oujubunugh, a giant whose troubles might seem oddly relatable.
They might.
You see, finding clothes that fit was the least of his problems.
You know, giants hold a special place in folklore across the globe. I mean, think about like the Norse Jotun, the Greek Titans.
Yeah.
They often embody this raw power of nature, sometimes destructive, sometimes benevolent. What's fascinating here is how Oujubunugh's story reflects these kind of universal themes, but while offering like a uniquely Iranian perspective. Exactly. Zanjan is known for its stunning landscapes and rich storytelling tradition. So picture this.
Oh, yeah.
Rolling hills, lively bazaars,
Yeah.
and a giant so gargantuan he can't find a single garment that fits.
Oof.
I know, right?
Yeah. That's where our story begins.
Hmm.
Oujubunugh, unable to clothe himself, is said to have raided villages for food and supplies. I mean, just imagine that predicament. You're perpetually hungry, and no tailor in the land can accommodate your measurements.
Poor guy. Can you blame him for getting a little hangry?
Well, but of course this raiding business wasn't exactly sustainable for the villagers.
Right.
But instead of resorting to violence, the people of one village came up with this clever plan.
Okay.
They pooled all their fabrics and stitched together a giant robe for Oujubunugh.
That's incredible. Talk about a community effort.
Right.
I can only imagine the logistics of crafting a robe for a giant.
Yeah.
Did they have to like invent a new kind of sewing machine?
Yeah. Well, the story highlights that the robe wasn't exactly a perfect fit.
Oh.
Barely reaching Oujubunugh's knees, in fact.
Oh.
But the gesture itself, the act of trying to clothe him, deeply moved the giant. He was so touched by their kindness and resourcefulness that he pledged to protect their village from that day forward.
Okay, but wait a minute. There's got to be more to this robe than just keeping Oujubunugh warm, right? It feels symbolic.
Absolutely. It raises some interesting questions.
Yeah.
Does the robe represent like a form of social contract?
Okay.
Symbolizing the giant's integration into the community?
I see.
Or is it a way of kind of taming his wild, potentially destructive nature by imposing societal norms upon him?
Wow, that's a great point. It makes you think about how we, as a society, often try to clothe those who are different to make them fit in.
Yeah.
But is it genuine acceptance or an attempt at control? What do you think?
It's a really complex issue with no easy answers. But Oujubunugh's story prompts us to consider different perspectives and perhaps find more compassionate ways to approach those who seem other to us.
I love how these folktales make you think. For all our listeners out there, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Hit the comments section and let us know what this story means to you. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into Iranian lore, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the podcast.
The deep dive?
With your friends.
With your friends, yeah.
And if you're fascinated by giants,
yes,
check out our episode on the Divi Sepid, another legendary creature from Iranian mythology.
Or explore our playlist on giant folklore from around the world to see how these themes resonate across cultures.
Before we sign off, here's something to ponder. What if we encountered a being vastly different from ourselves today? Would we, like the villagers, choose understanding and peaceful coexistence? Or would fear dictate our actions? It's a question worth considering in our increasingly interconnected world.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep exploring.